Well, perhaps there's a glimmer of hope in the talks between the province and the union representing thousands of education workers, although both sides really do continue to dig in their heels.
CP24 Chanel Call is outside of the Sheraton Centre where talks are being held this morning. Chanel, it continues.
That's right. And we now know that according to a government source, another offer has been presented to the government by CUPE, one of the 5 education unions here in Ontario. So now the process moving forward is the government will have to review that counter offer sent to them by CUPE. Apparently this happened late last night. Now, we don't have exact details on what was included in that offer, but we can tell you what CUPE has been pushing for during the last 5 months of negotiations. We know, Nick and Jen, that wage increases have been the biggest sticking point during these talks. A yearly wage increase of $3.25 per hour, or 11.7%, is what CUPE says it's looking for. They also want to see ECE workers in every kindergarten class, 5 more paid sick days before the start of a school year, 30 minutes of paid daily prep time, an increase in OT pay, and a $100 million investment in new job creation. Now, while that offer was being prepared yesterday, Nick and Jen, there was a large protest, a large demonstration outside the Ministry of Labour's office on University Avenue in Toronto. This, of course, as the PCs are moving to now impose a contract on those education workers. We saw many people carrying signs calling for people to have their rights defended. After the rally, the group then headed to CUPE, where MPPs were debating that controversial bill.
I hope this will help send a message, and I'm seeing lots of messages of support on social media. I'm talking to lots of my friends in the labor movement that are here in Toronto and across this province that are disgusted by what this government is doing. And thankfully for the NDP for standing up for workers' rights, standing up for our bargaining committee. All we want is a fair collective agreement. We don't want to impact kids, we don't want to impact classes, but we need a collective agreement that works for our members.
And Nick and Jen, you'll remember the province submitted what it called its final offer on Sunday. That was a 4-year deal that included a 2.5% annual wage increase for workers who make under $43,000 and then 1.5% for those who make more. Meantime, over at Queen's Park, debate continues today on that controversial piece of back-to-work legislation the PCs are pushing for. We also hear, Nick and Jen, that the Ford government is now also trying to put a motion forward today at Queen's Park to get MPPs to stay there and to be debating, hopefully voting on that bill by sometime tonight. So the motion will ask MPPs to stay until midnight tonight. We know that the strike deadline is Friday, and the PCs really want to get this done before then. Back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Chanel. Call live this morning outside the Sheraton on Queen. We'll continue to follow that.